Chadley Hollister.
Yo.
Just like that.
Yo.
Here you are. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that I'm here.
It is crazy that you're here. Listen, this is what I love, buddy.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you just hop in the car and you're like, I'm on my way. Where I'm coming down, we're doing an impromptu thing.
Yeah, I had a radio interview.
It's great.
And I finished that, and then I hopped in my car. Here's the honest truth, because
please,
it's radio, is that I didn't shower. I worked out. I did the interview, and I didn't shower. I did put some pit juice on to save you.
Thank you.
A little bit. But yeah, man, I would not miss it for the world. It's been too long. Like, we did a nice phoner last week, and I said to you, JD, when am I coming on live, baby? And you were like, yeah. And then it was Sherilyn's birthday, and so you were celebrating her, and then all of a sudden we're like, we got to get this in. So here I
know.
It's an honor. I love Air It Out.
I'm thrilled.
I love your peeps. Your audience is so dedicated. I tell you, man, we did that phoner last week, and I swear we sold 16 tickets. And you know what? Another thing, Katie, we talked about her art.
Yeah.
And her paint sips. And she that day she filled like 6 slots.
So what you're saying is a little bit of commission is coming my way.
Whatever you need. Whatever you need. You're a powerful human.
All right.
And people get it, that you're honest and that you care about the community. I follow you, and I love your whole thing. You know, we're obviously friends, just a, complete disclosure.
In real life.
We are this isn't just it's a great show, but this is more than that.
We've been connected for a long time now.
A long time, man.
And
I
we know each other's vibe, but we know that we can we improv very well. We just do it. You just turn the microphones on.
We are doing it just before the show started about the buried traffic out here.
Just do it.
It stopped. That's a ghost town, JD. It just was packed like Manhattan. And then there's a Toyota right there. A Kia. Sorry, people.
You and
That's what we do.
We have so much in common. It's crazy. Yeah. One of the things, just one, we love hats.
Yeah, man. I brought you one.
Thank you.
And I just got
show
this
it in the
one.
camera.
We headlined the Bellows Falls Music Festival last weekend, and there was this guy by the name of, Kalen.
Okay.
And he custom makes these lids. And so I bought a vest. I should have worn the vest too. And Primo bought a shirt. Yaoba bought a hat. I bought a hat and a vest. Like, he was cool. And he's like recycles stuff and makes it. It's cool.
That's badass.
This truck is of course, a Vermont on it, but it's his grandfather's World War II Army vehicle.
Really?
Yeah. That was really cool.
That's so awesome. How do you find these interesting?
Well, they were vendors at this really cool festival in Bellows Falls, of all places. I've never played in Bellows Falls.
Yeah.
And if you mix the letters up, you can get a really naughty name. I'm not going to do that, but it's hard to not do that once you've done it once or 100 times.
Sure.
Just saying.
Yeah, I'm saying too.
But it's a really cool little city, and they're working really hard. It's got a little bit of a Barry vibe in terms of like resurgence, trying to build it back up.
Sure.
But really nice folks. That was fun.
Before you play, and before we even talk about your show this coming Sunday at the Trapp Family Lodge Concert Meadow, where have you been lately? Where have you been playing? Where you've traveled? You've been down in Florida or whatever?
Yeah, we had a really cool tour down to Florida with Primo and myself, the acoustic duo tour. That was awesome. Really successful. A lot of house concerts. By the way, if anybody's ever interested, I'm not doing as many shows as I used to do, but the shows are meaning more.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that sometimes as a musician, which is full time for me, by the way. That's another thing I was saying on the previous interviews. It's not a hobby.
This
is my living. And sometimes people, it's funny you say that and you're like, well, of course it is because we know each other. But a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
But this is what I do for a living. I write songs and I tour around the world and play music. But is just that it's a lot of work.
Sure it is.
And we, but it's just so fun to connect with the fans.
Right.
Instead of in the club setting where when you tour, you go in, you arrive at the club, you set up, you sound check, you eat dinner, you do the show, you pack up, and you go to the hotel. Like, there's no hang time.
Right.
Whereas, like, with the house concerts, you get to, have dinner with the folks
chill,
and be a little bit more intimate. Like, I love telling the stories behind the songs.
Sure.
And sometimes if you have your set times or whatever, if you're playing with other people or if there's an opener or if you're opening for somebody, it just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just not. It's not as cool.
Yeah,
so
completely.
The full
I'm not
circle,
a musician, but I know exactly what you're saying.
So the full-on message is that, hey, if you want a concert in your home, it's very attainable.
Yes.
You basically just sell tickets. I set up the ticketing for you.
Yeah.
We're actually opening for Los Lobos in
July.
Yeah, man, it's their 50th anniversary tour, and so we're going down to D.C. to play the Birchmere and open for those cats, and then we're doing a house concert in Maryland the next night, and then one in Delaware the following night. And the Delaware one, she was actually an Adam Ezra fan, and I touched in with her. She said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I set up the ticketing, and people buy tickets, and we have a cool house concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of work behind the scenes, as you're saying, being a full-time professional musician.
Yeah.
This is you're doing everything. You're promoting yourself, you're marketing yourself, you're writing songs, you're keeping the edge sharp constantly.
Yeah, recording.
You used to
Yeah.
sleep till 11 and wake up with the Sesame Street pajamas on and have a bowl of cereal at noon and hang out all day.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore.
No, man. I'm up at 7. My son Bodie is
See?
a junior at U32, and I get up and I make him breakfast and make him a coffee, a latte. We're latte junkies, man. I tell you, I've been converted, and I love making them, and it's so good. It helps me immensely. I never was a coffee guy until my friend out in California. We were doing the family tour back in 2018, 2019, and she made me a salted caramel latte.
Oh yeah.
And it was on. They bought the mothership. I call it the mothership because if those of you who drink coffee, you hear that that big machine that goes, and then turns out this Love Fest is $5,000.
Yeah.
And they bought that one. I bought the I have to be careful what I say, but the let's just say much cheaper, so I don't get myself in trouble.
Right.
And it's amazing. But I buy the beans, and it's so cool. And
I'll have to sample some of that sometime.
Oh yeah, you can come over anytime. Anybody wants that, come over.
Here's another thing you and I have in common. We both love the team over at Optical Expressions. I'm wearing mine. You're wearing yours right now.
Come on.
I don't have to look at you and wonder, are those Optical Expressions glasses?
Yeah, and now they're right there.
They're right there.
They're right there. Yeah, Mark and Timmy and Sally and the whole crew over there are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
They're great.
From the beginnings, from when they were in the mall there, Pete Boyle, the original owner, actually partnered with Mark. Remembered a show from Nectar's. We've talked about this, and said, you need cool glasses. And so we just started working together. And they're an amazing supporter of the show. We have incredible sponsors. Capital Cannabis is another sponsor.
Yes, Lauren.
She's insane.
Great lady.
Minuteman Press is making up our posters. We had Gristmill Builders come on last minute to help us out, which is awesome. Godin Guitars is on, and they're not on the poster. Sorry about that, but they're sending me an acoustic guitar that we're going to raffle off, and we're giving the money as we are that's raised from our grocery totes with the Trap, that logo on it, to help out the Vermont Federation of Families for Children's Mental Health.
Yes.
And really, mental health is
fantastic.
A big cause of the band and of mine. And we love when we have a show of this magnitude, I'll say, where we're bringing 600-700 people together in a field that has this family vibe. We want to let families know that if you're having a hard time, there's a place where you can get help. And I think that parenting is not easy. It's I've done so many cool things in my music, but the coolest thing I've ever done was to become a dad. And my beautiful wife, that's another thing we have in common. Let's keep them coming. Our amazing wives, Sherilyn and Katie, who are just beautiful humans. But parenting is really, really hard. And so that's what they do. They help. And what I love about it is they can organize the therapy, if you want, as a family. Because there's so many issues that come up and that we don't know how to deal with. You know, my whole family, everybody's in therapy.
Everyone.
And therapy, here's the thing, people. It's not because something's wrong. That's the biggest thing. Well, I'm in therapy. Well, what's wrong with you? Nothing.
Absolutely.
It's to be a better person, to be a better husband, a better father, a better mother. And that's the thing to remember. And so, this whole term of mental health, when I was a kid, the misuse of those words was really hurtful.
Sure, it was.
So mental health.
There's still a stigma around it.
There is still a stigma.
Probably always will be.
Yeah, but I just it's really important for us, and it's really important to talk about openly. And just hey, everybody needs help. Nobody's perfect.
This has been a consistent passion of yours because you've partnered up with and promoted them in the past.
Totally, we've done a lot. We have a lot of beneficiaries. We worked with Ed Bride at Prevent Child Abuse of Vermont.
Yes,
at the Barry Opera House just down the road here. When I started playing music, Jeff Wick and we had a Chad and Jeff was our duo, and we would give 10% of everything we would make to Women Helping Battered Women out of Burlington, Vermont. It just,
that's awesome,
if we can just do it, I think for us it's not about the money because it's very little financially, but we're doing something. And I think the biggest thing from our point of view is it's awareness.
Yeah.
Awareness that A, this stuff happens, and B, it's okay to get help.
Sure.
I'm very passionate about it, and I go on and on. So I
want you to play a song, but
Okay.
of course I'm going to be asking you, what to expect this coming Sunday, who's up on stage and all that. But we'll get into that in a second. I want you to play something for us, Chad.
Yeah, this it was just my wife Katie just turned 50. And I remember Emsley's, I think it's still there, right?
Yes,
that
yes.
Sherilyn sold. And so
Yeah.
this goes out to Sherilyn and Katie. And back when I met Katie, I was quote unquote courting her and in Killington, Vermont. And one night, it was an off night, I think it was like a Tuesday, I brought her flowers. And she said, "Well, what are these?" And I, in my eloquent musician way, I was like, "I don't know." She said, "Oh, they're flowers for no reason."
Beautiful.
Flowers for no reason, don't matter the season. Her smile it radiates so every day. Gave her flowers for no reason. The feeling is oh so pleasing. I can feel that ache in my heart from miles away. Every day when I wake, my heart's about to break for this fiery blue-eyed ginger. Yeah, it's lying right next to me. She gave us 2 kids in this life. I never dreamt that it would be so right. But here we are, still laughing and crying at all the beauty of what's become. Flowers for no reason, don't matter the season. Her smile it radiates so every day. Gave her flowers for no reason. The feeling is oh so pleasing, and I can feel that ache in my heart from miles and miles away. She's weeding out in the garden, and I'm on this here lawn. Rhyme bowed, they're catching toads in our so-called pond, yeah. You see, we're all growing, not really knowing. As it curves, you know, we seem to turn down these here dirt roads towards the sun. Come on now. Flowers for no reason. It don't matter the season, 'cause her smile, it radiates, oh, every day. Give her flowers for no reason. The feeling is oh so pleasing. Yeah, come on now. And I can feel that ache in my heart from miles and miles and miles and miles, miles away, miles away, miles away.
Beautiful, man.
You're beautiful.
God. So do you still play that for Katie?
I do. People have this vision that I sing to her every night before bed, and I'm just gonna let you believe that.
Yeah.
But I do not.
Please.
but keep that beautiful vision in your head, people. And like, oh, does he sing to you every night? Like and God bless y'all for that. She doesn't really want to hear it. No, but I do still sing it for her. And the time that I debuted it was at the Barry Opera House, and Riley brought her flowers, and
wow,
totally lost it.
Did you?
Oh man, just the emotions of, you know. So Riley's 19 now.
Yes. Wow.
And you know, Bodie's 16. He'll be 17 in August. But yeah, it's just emotional. I mean, you know, I just feel so lucky to do what I do. And people have this idea that, you know, you need to be famous, you know, like this. And it's just, man, it's the last thing I would ever want is fame. I've seen, you know, I mean, I met John Mayer. I worked with John's producer, and I've just seen what happens to that guy.
It can ruin people.
And yeah,
quickly.
It just in general, just the anonymity, you know, being able to, I mean, I love it when people recognize me and say, hey man, I saw you here, or, you know, thanks for the show. And then that's it. You know, it's not anything crazy. And I guess my big dream is that more people know my music. And sometimes that crossover of just being this normal Vermont guy and wanting that, it does get a little tough.
Yeah.
But you know, it's growing, it's beautiful, and I'm so thankful. I think is where I was, you know, where I was headed with that.
Tell me about you and the Do Good Festival. Obviously, we're going to talk about what's coming up Sunday at Trap Family Lodge, but you love the Do Good Festival. You've been involved with that.
Yeah, the National Life folks are awesome. Beth Rusnock, actually, she's a doll. And her husband Jake actually used to work at a local radio station, and he's now at another radio station in Burlington. But good people, and they give a lot back. And the Do Good Fest is a perfect example of that, where they raise money for cancer. They take out of their pockets, of which they're an insurance company. They make a lot of money, but they're so generous with it and do good things.
Yes,
it's not just a clever name. There's a reason, and so yeah, we were honored to be a part of that. We were the year that Philip Phillips headlined was just a blast, and then.
Didn't Bodie get up on stage, or am I hallucinating here?
Bode. So here's what you're thinking of. I don't remember. This is bad. I'm not sure that he got up. No, he had to have gotten up.
He did.
Yeah, so he did get up. But he also got up the year that I was on the road in Boston with Michael Franti.
That's the one I'm thinking of,
so
right there.
The kids have grown up backstage, and so I have rules that I've imparted upon them. Katie doesn't even like being back there, but Riley and Bodie, they love the juice, which is basically the free Coca-Cola and free chips. And I said, listen, you don't go backstage. You don't go into Michael's dressing room. I said, but there's a common area. I said, you can go there. Our buddy Johnny Mullet was running the show, and so he got some VIP passes and so on. So Boat's just kind of hanging out and kind of, dancing backstage, which at Do Good, there's the little hotel that's got like 20 rooms or whatever where the catering is and so on, and the backstage stuff. But like around the stage, he was just kind of doing his thing, and this guy comes up to him and goes, "Hey, would you like to dance with Michael Franti?" And Bodie's like, "Yeah, man. Yes, I would." And so Franti has this thing where he brings kids up all the time. He's a family guy. He's beautiful. He's got kids himself, and his wife's amazing. They do a lot of great things. The Stay Human is their nonprofit that they raise a lot of money for gun control, and it's endless, doing good things as well. But it wasn't that. Michael brought up just Bodie, and here's the scary part, gave him a microphone. Now, I will tell you, friends, Bodie does not sing.
Thank you.
His sister Riley sings.
Yes.
But and they ripped through, and so Michael's gets it. It's just Bodie and Michael on stage, and there's all these people are out in the crowd going, "Boy, like, what is going on?" My phone starts blowing up. I'm playing a Marblehead Mass, and it's like people are like, "Dude, Bodie's on stage. Bodie's on stage with Michael Franti," and
with a microphone.
And it's like, yeah, with a microphone. I'm like, "Oh no!" But it was so beautiful. Michael's like, "So, what's your name?" And he's like, "I'm Bodie." And he said, "So, Bodie, what do you do?" And Bodie looked at me and goes, "I dance." And he says he dances. And so they went into it's the sound of sunshine going down tonight. That's the sound, of the sunshine going down. A one, a two, a one, two. Anyway, and so Bode's like, "Yeah, the sound," and so then they start riffing back and forth. It was just a beautiful moment, and because Bode shreds, he took dance with Rose Leach and the Contemporary Dance and Fitness on Langdon Street. There is just an amazing place to teach your kids to dance. So Allison Mann, she's incredible. She's the proprietor now. But so that was amazing. So yes.
Wow.
All kinds of stories upon stories. But that the Do Good Fest is awesome. And then this year is a great year. Fits and the Tantrums are coming in. That's going to be cool. And
you'll be there.
Other cool bands. No, I'm on the road.
You're on the road.
Yep, I wish I could be there.
You got to go when you got to go.
Well, yeah, this is when it kicks in. We're doing some real cool stuff. We're going over to Lake Placid this summer.
Nice.
Playing the Mirror on the Lake concert series with the whole 9-piece band. That's like in August on a Tuesday night, nonetheless. And there's a really cool music room in Lake Placid that I'll be playing solo and duo with Primo. It's Marcy's, which is in the Hotel Adirondack there. So
how are you doing this as a one-man band? You're playing, you're writing, you're you're talking to sponsors, you're talking to venues, that's a lot, man.
Well, it's a lot, but I mean, I love it. And I think that's the most important thing is I love it, and I love the people.
Yeah.
Like you guys out there. And here's another thing. The people out there, like you are, like if for some reason you weren't there, I do think I still would do it for myself. But the satisfaction of seeing this field of 1,000 people in Stowe, Vermont, at the Trapp Family Lodge concert mat, like just seeing the extreme joy that this music brings to you, is then it comes full circle and it brings it back to us. Playing by yourself, like I've played to an empty theater during COVID. Primo and I played at the Highland Center to a cameraman, a lighting person, and a sound person, and a woman taking questions online. That's weird.
Was that at Highland?
Yeah, it was. Wow. It was amazing. Yeah, it was so fun, but
at least the acoustics were great.
What's that? Oh, it's one of the most beautiful venues in Vermont. It's a hidden gem for sure.
So Sunday, this coming Sunday,
yeah, here we go.
You are back at the Trapp Family Lodge Concert Meadow, which has to be the finest outdoor setting that you have ever played in. Am I correct?
I'm going to say yes. It's my I'm going on the record to say it is my favorite outdoor venue. The beauty of this place. So, for those of you who don't know, Trapp Family Lodge is the Sound of Music family.
Sure.
And so they came over from Austria and settled here. So Johannes, and I'm not certain. I think Johannes was the youngest in the movie.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
And so he's there with his wife, and then his children are Sam and Christina Von Trapp.
Yes.
And they are friends. Christina's husband, Walter Frame, is a great guy. And I remember 2 years ago, Walter was like, "Let's do this every weekend." And I was like, "Okay, Walter, you're kind of in charge, so let's do it, brother." But yeah, it's it just the vibe is it's undescribable.
Sure.
For many, the beauty alone, like you could just go sit in that field,
Sure,
have a picnic, and it would be the time of year. It would be one of your
Right.
favorite things ever.
Yeah.
But what we're bringing to the table is our community of friends and families. My 92-year-old mother's going to be there. My brother and his wife's going to be there. Of course, my wife and our 2 kids are going to be there. And then Katie's dad, Pops, at 82 is going to be there. And so that sets the tone for you there about what, we have friends traveling from all over the country to come to this show.
As they have in the past, too.
Yeah. People fly in and hang out for the weekend in Stowe. There's plenty of hotels. There's room at Trapp Family Lodge.
Sure.
And our friends, actually, thanks to our friends at the Stowe Motel, Sean Kearney, he's given us a great deal on our thing, so our family stays 5 minutes from venue, which is awesome.
It's incredible. Yeah. I'm going to say, my memory here, this is year number 3 or 4?
4.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Year number 4. Last year was really funky because we did it in a tent, and the whole. There was the smoke from Canada, the Canadian fires.
Oh, God, yeah.
So you couldn't even see the mountains. Let's say we were in the meadow, and you couldn't have seen the view, and it would not have been healthy. So we're back in the meadow. The weather looks killer. Vermonters show, people are like, "Oh, I thought it was sold out." No, it's not possible.
I'm just putting that link up right now. ChadMusic.com.
Yep. And ticks for kids. Under 6 and under are free, and then 7 to 16 are only $10, and then adults are $35.
Oh my God, so worth it.
And I know that we've already given away a couple of pair, but JD, it's really your call. I'm happy to, if somebody wants to maybe mention their favorite song. I'll let you do that.
I'd like to. If we could, if the first person that can tell us the name of the song where you use the word Vermont in, I know there's one. There may be a couple, but I know what it is.
I'm trying to figure out
I know
what song that is, people. Jeez.
Yeah.
I think I use it.
Let's be more specific. Let's say Vermont Sky.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I got it now. Now I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah, that's fun. But yeah, I'd love, of course, buying tickets is great. And we had a sponsor out in California. My buddy Matt Brannon paid for 100 grocery totes to be made with that logo that you were just showing the beautiful people of Aired Out Land. And if you give a donation as you walk in the door, you will get a grocery tote. And I'm gonna say, kind of $5 and up would be nice.
Yes.
You can't just give a dollar and give, not to poo-poo that.
Quarter.
But and there will be a love bucket going around, and all those donations are going to go to the Vermont Federation of Families for Children's Mental Health, which is online, by the way. It's VFFCMH.org.
I'm pulling that up right now. Say it one more.
Vermont Federation, VFF, Vermont Federation of Families, CMH.org. And make sure it works. I think that's it. I just took the letters.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
It is VFFCMH.
Yeah.
.org. I got it right here,
And
we'll
such-
drop that link up too.
That's great. Such wonderful people there, and we feel honored to partner in with them, and all our amazing sponsors. Our sponsors really help make this show happen.
I want to ask you about merchandise like this.
Yeah.
The hat that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, I believe I used to go to concerts as a kid, and the Van Halen T-shirt is only meant to last for 3.5 weeks, and then you have to get another one.
Yes.
And we do not believe that. Our merch will last you for a lifetime, literally. And so we make great merch. It's not crazy cheap, but like that hat that you're wearing, I buy the patches, I buy the hats, I pay for someone to sew them on, and it's a $25 hat, you know. And our T-shirts, $25, and they're so good. We have our friends at Willington Print do all of our merchandise. I love those guys. Our poster designer, George Mensch, is at Brilliant Gray Design, and he's so good. All our high-end shows, like when we do Spruce Peak, or we do this Trap Lodge show, Trap Family Lodge Concert Meadow show, or anything where we really want to step it up, George Mensch designs. And so the merch is really key because people love to take home a keepsake. And we've done a limited run of T-shirts and hoodies with the Trap logo on them. Obviously, there's the grocery totes. You make a donation to Vermont Federation, and you get one of those. But when you come to the show, I won't say if, when you come to the show this Sunday, then make sure you hit the merch stand early because stuff's going to sell out. Yeah. Because I usually end up with extra stuff, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't afford that. Yeah. So I'm going to make fewer, but get it.
I want you to play another song.
Okay.
But I of course, I have fond memories of, I think it was like one of the first times I met you. You gave me now what I have is
the I Know Chad hoodie.
The I Know Chad vintage.
Yeah, that is vintage, actually.
Orange and sweatshirt.
And case in point, you still have it.
Still have it. Zip it up.
And you have a Stop the World one, too.
I have a Stop the World one.
I think your wife has a Breathe one. That's the fun thing is we put the latest wear on the back. We like to just put a lyric or lyrics that mean something to us. And the latest one is Be Kind.
Amazing.
Which is a cool lead-in to this song because
this is beautiful.
JD,
beautiful.
Kindness is free. And you and I know what kindness can bring to people. I see you do it every time we're together.
I'm not always kind. I'm not.
No, but we don't. It's impossible to always be kind. But the concept of kindness and spreading that to people as much as we can is what I know you and your beautiful family is about. So I encourage everybody to do something kind today for yourself, but for somebody else. Yep. And that's what this is about. It's called Be Kind. Be kind to one another. Be kind to our world. No place for hate, it plants a seed. It's not hard, you can see. Choose to love and to hug. So much is wasted when we don't. I see your face and your pain. I wish it all would wash away. And then the waters fill the wells. We can soak up all the hell. Just be kind to one another. Ooh. Be kind to our world. Crazy wars, we've lost our minds. The earth is gone, just give it time. And the ozone fades away, and then the birds can't fly our way. Look around, breathe the air. Sometimes life, it just ain't fair, but we move on. Somehow we live. Be your best and try to give and be kind to one another. Ooh. Be kind to our world. Clouds aren't fading. My heart, she's waiting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be kind to one another. Be kind to our world, yeah. Be kind to one another. Be kind, to our world. Let's take it on home, boys. All right. Hey. Do-do-do-do-do. To J.D. Green sings step down, step yeah. Be kind, baby.
Buddy, that might you know I'm a Breathe fan, but
I do know you're a Breathe fan.
that one that one might be pushed into the top for me. Inner Sovereignty is pretty damn good too.
Yeah.
Your new song.
Yep, that's the latest one. That's the single that's out on Spotify right now. But here's the cool thing. So the whole streaming industry has kind of turned us upside down because we don't get paid for it. I mean, if I get 1 million streams, I might make $1,200, and I'm not gonna get 1 million. Maybe I will someday. I'm not trying to be negative. You know, I'm a positive person, but that's ridiculous. Like the payout with that. So the cool thing you can do is you can go to my website, which is chadmusic.com, and you can buy my albums.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
And the
direct.
And so here's another thing we're going to do today, JD. We're going I'm testing your listeners. So do we have a winner yet? Do we have?
We have someone from Australia, but we don't have a winner yet.
Oh, hey, Australia, welcome. And actually I might know her. What's her name? You can't say it.
I can't say it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I am working through my Modern Musician group. I am working with an Australian woman that's interested in some of the stuff that I'm doing. So anyway, hello Australia, and thanks for tuning in. I'd really love to get over your way. So hit me up. Here's what I'd like to do. So we don't have any ticket winners yet. Maybe we will.
Not yet.
I want you to give something. I want you to make up a cool little trivia thing that they can go search for, and the first two people that answer your question, because I know we still have the tickets, but I'm gonna send a full digital album to them of my music. So give a little trivia thing. If like in Australia you might not know me. Hi, I'm Chad Hollister from Vermont. And I'm on with my friend J.D. Green, which you probably already know because he's famous, Air It Out. But if you what's the trivia thing? I'm going to give away, and all I'll need is your email.
Sure.
And I will send you a digital copy. The first one I'm going to send is my life record. I'm going to send you that, which is really, really cool, and you can't get it.
Is that the black one?
Yeah.
I have that.
Yep. And then
and
then I'm going to send another one that's out of print now, which is my Spirits record.
Okay.
So what's the trivia that I'm just testing Air It Out fans.
Name this song from Chad Hollister that mentions, and we'll put the word winter in there to help you out. Vermont winter sky. There's 3 words: Vermont, winter, Sky.
Yeah, Vermont Winter Evening Sky, I think.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Evening Sky.
Yeah. Do you want to give another trivia question? Because that's the one that you gave to win the pair of tickets. So now I'm giving away 2 full digital albums of mine that I will send to them when I get home today.
Yeah, sure. The name of the song where Chad, probably one of his most famous songs, where he performs and uses his guitar as a drum. How about that?
Yeah, and I'll give them another hint because it's also a song about my daughter.
Yes.
So that because they might, if you haven't seen me live, because on the album version, I don't.
You don't do that, right?
I don't do that. So you would have to be a pretty someone that has seen the shows, but it is a song that is about my daughter and is named after my daughter.
Yes.
So there you go. And I'll send you, whatever. Let's get some winners here. I love the Aired Out fans because. There's so many of them. Like throughout the years, JD and I've watched JD grow this thing globally, and it's so exciting for me for a brother like this that cares so much about people and community. Like just look at his sponsors. He tells you about them. I know all the time because they are what help this. They're what keep this show going. But the community vibe that we both hold in our hearts is everything.
Sure.
And so the global community that you have built, my friend, through Aired Out has a really strong message. So I just want to congratulate you, and I want to thank your viewers and listeners for tuning in, because this is, there's so much crap out there, and with people that really don't care. They're doing it for the money. And they're making a lot of money,
Sure.
These shows that you see, and, the influencers. I mean, oh my God, these influencers don't do anything except go and stand there and look pretty.
Yeah.
And they get paid. That to me is the dumbest thing ever. And if you're an influencer, congrats on doing that, but I think it's crazy that you get paid for it. Seriously.
Well, thank you for that, buddy. We're right up against 9,000 followers now.
That's amazing. That's you guys out there. Thank you, and JD thanks you. That's crazy number. I don't have that. Go to my Chad Hollister Band page. Everybody on Aired Out, go to Chad Hollister Band on Facebook. Boom, 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 and like it, would you? Because I want to be as cool as JD.
Buddy, you're so right with saying that the best way to support an artist is to buy direct from them, whether it's merchandise or the actual album itself.
Yeah,
buy it directly.
And you can do that at chadmusic.com. You can info at chadmusic.com. Shoot me an email. That's it.
That's the way to do it.
Shoot me an email to info@chadmusic.com, and our team will forward it to me, and I'll send you something special.
info@chadmusic.com.
Yeah. Okay. And sign up on my mailing list, and I'll keep in touch with you. But so we're gonna have some winners today. I'll figure this out. Yeah. But I think that buying it directly from my site, and I've just been going through some crazy stuff with Stripe to get my payments down, but now it works.
Wow.
It works finally. It's been really great because PayPal has been working, but now I'm finally. I was down for 2 years and I didn't know it. People have been trying to buy my stuff and they've been unable to. But so go to chadmusic.com.
I think that may have even happened to me.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that's up and running.
It was crazy that I didn't know. There was this period where I wasn't getting my emails, and that's when they must have been sending this stuff. Anyway, but supporting it. And also I want to just underline too, community. When I get on to Aired Out, I just go down and I scroll through, and it's like every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you're talking about, something that happened, maybe not so good, but where we want to find this criminal that did this really bad thing, or that went at this gas station and did something, and then there's so much good, the motorcycle bike ride that you always promote there. I think I played it the beginning of it one year.
Bikers for Beth,
yeah, Bikers for Beth,
right.
Powerful, but just the whole vibe of community, you all are what make us what help us succeed. So
you have played countless venues. I don't know when you got started. Based on the pictures, early pictures I've seen of you, you were very young. But you've played at so many venues. I mean,
Yes.
the Fort in Burlington, in collaboration with VPR. And,
yes, amazing.
Just,
they're amazing.
Everywhere.
I love those folks.
Your 9-piece, your quartet, your quintet, your solo. I mean, you're from your living room. You've just done so much. And you've impacted so many thousands and thousands of people with your music.
Thank you.
Have you thought about, and maybe I've asked you this before, have you considered about, instead of writing a song or an album, but writing a book, capturing what's in your heart and what you've experienced, what you've seen with your eyes, what you've heard with your ears?
It's amazing. I never have, but I've been reading a lot lately. I just and I've thought about it. And I would love someone to do it. I would need a partner, to be able to deal with this ADD brain.
Yeah.
But Dave Grohl, I just read his book. He has a book called Storytellers. It's like a #1, New York Times bestseller. And there's a reason for it. Like, I love that guy.
I know you do.
love everything that he's about. He's a family man. He's one of the best rockers. He's a drummer. Like there's
loves
kids. Loves kids. Loves his kid. He has 3 daughters. But I love the story. I love the stories behind the stories behind the songs, and so yeah, man. I think I should write a book.
Because there's so much of it, buddy. You have so much to share beyond.
Yeah.
The lyrics, beyond just the lyrics.
Man. No, that's cool. Let's
like
do
super in-depth stuff. I think would be amazing. Stuff about your mom and how she doesn't miss a show.
Yeah, no, she's
and Marblehead and just everything that you've done, buddy.
Yeah, man, I love that. Are there any great writers out there? Because I would need someone to be my editor and help. So you out there, one of the 9,000, email me. And hit me up today.
Info@chadmusic.com.
Info@chadmusic.com, and I'll keep in touch with you. But yeah, man, that's amazing. Thank you. I love that thought, and I'm always thinking about how traveling, touring, making music, and selling. I have so much music for sale, and that's the thing that I'm working on through my new crew, Modern Musician, is to be able to how to market my music and market myself to you out there that don't know me. Like,
right.
I am exactly what you're seeing today, and so is JD when you see him.
Right.
And I think that so many people are not, and that's where you're like you hear that so-and-so's a jerk, or she's not, she's not nice, or blah, blah, blah. Like, this is me. It's not, there's no acting. I tried acting and they told me that I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm in a couple of movies, but they are not good. So I'm not going to tell you what they are. But if you find out, then you get a prize. Yeah. But I was in a movie with Dom DeLuise, and then that's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
And Debbie Gibson.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. And the mom from Dirty Dancing, whatever her name is. And comedian Mo Gaffney. We were all in this movie together, so find that one.
Oh my God.
No, but anyway, it's the real me. It's the real JD, and I think that's cool.
You've collaborated with so many people. You've made so many friends, so many venues.
Yes.
And just so many fans. I just think that I'll tell you, man. If it dropped, I'd read it, and I'm not a reader, and I'd read it.
Well, that's the funny thing. I'm not either. And I just read Steve Lukather's book too, who was the studio guitarist, but he was a guitarist from the band Toto. And as a kid, I was such a big Toto fan.
Me
and
too.
they were, the Porcaro, Jeff and Mike Porcaro, the bass player and the drummer, were that band. I mean, Lukather was an amazing guitar player, but he came in, he was like 10 years younger than those guys.
Yes.
They finally brought him in. But
he's got like the long white hair, right?
Yeah, well,
yes.
He's definitely graying, but he's in, he was on, Michael Jackson's Thriller,
Yes.
he was, and he's done so many studio albums, but those guys got the shaft by some douchey A&R guy from their record label that just didn't want them to succeed. So that's why they were big in Europe. But anyway, the stories. So coming full circle, like I have not been a reader either. But then about the studio musicians in California, and then the ones I can't remember the name, but there's one specifically from the R&B crew, and then the rock and roll crew, like these guys that were really the musicians on all the on the Beach Boys records, on all these records, because time is money.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't have, it's not that the musicians in these bands were bad, but they sometimes would make a lot of mistakes. But these studio cats knew how to reel it out. And like so many of the hits, those soul R&B hits, were the same cats.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I love reading those kind of things. Yeah, it's really fun. So
when I think of there's so many Vermont musicians.
Yeah.
And man, it's like you can really shake them out of the hills. And we've had some real legends, and I've got you in that circle. You are definitely in that circle. Big Joe Burrell, Tammy Fletcher, Cat Wright.
Yeah, I love Cat. We've done a few shows together, and I played with KT Tunstall together.
KT Tunstall.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? Dave Keller.
Davey. Yeah.
My God.
Timmy Brick.
Tim Brick.
Let's talk about Tim. Rusty DeWeese.
Rusty DeWeese.
A comic. And these are all, like people know, like Grace and Fish and Noah Khan now, which is great. Which is great. But the big thing is to support the littler folks, like me. But I think that support means so much, and I think sometimes when you do get to this level. Oh, sorry about that. That people think that you're all set.
Yeah.
Because I'm at a great spot in my career.
Sure.
But man, I want to do so much more, and I want more fans. I want more friends. I want more in this community.
More connectivity.
Yeah. And
you thrive off of that.
I do. I love it. And then when I go home, I love that. I love being in my home.
I'm the same way.
I used to always want to be social. And when I'm at my gigs, I love meeting and talking to people. But then when I go home, people find it so funny because they ask, my wife or my kids, what's he like?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of quiet.
Yeah.
But no one would ever see like you or me, as like being quiet. But I do a lot of thinking, a lot of writing, and just figuring it all out. I think that's the other thing too. Like we work so hard at trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Like
people, sometimes think that everybody's got that you've seen a show and it was a great show, that they're all set, they've got it all figured out. No. I'm working so hard at trying to figure it out and to connect with more fans and more people. Yeah.
Same
yeah.
Here.
And that's what the shows are all about. That's what seriously, if you hear me today and you've never heard of me, please follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll keep in touch with you. But then share it with somebody.
Yeah, share.
Because the power of my world and of JD's world is I keep saying community.
Yeah.
But it's everything. So yeah, man,
and the community can push far beyond Vermont's border.
Yeah. Yeah, and just the vibe too. People need this positivity that you're creating, that I'm putting out there. Not to toot my own horn, but I just feel our world is in need of kindness and positivity and helping people to believe in themselves. Like,
I think that if you were to pen a book, I think you would have to dedicate one chapter alone by itself just
to you. To your sock drawer.
Oh my God. Seriously.
To your wife. I'll dedicate it to Sherilyn and Lily.
Sherilyn loves you.
I love Sherilyn. I love Lily.
But and we'll never forget when you took Lily's little pink guitar up at the nursing home and played for everyone up there. It was amazing. But a chapter set alone just for your sister and the story of your sister and what she's done with her life, which is absolutely remarkable. And the two of you...
You're talking about Kip.
Yes.
Yeah, I have 3 sisters and a brother, just so everybody knows. So I'm the youngest of 5. But my sister, what JD is talking about is Kip and I co-wrote Inner Sovereignty together.
Yes.
And Kip really, I tweaked lyrics here and there and helped them kind of fit in, but Kip wrote those lyrics. And as you'll see on the single, written by Chad Hollister and Kip Hollister.
That's
and
amazing.
She owns a placement agency in Boston, Hollister Associates, but her real thing is the Hollister Institute, which focuses on mindfulness in the workplace. And that is really, Katie and I, my wife Katie, joke around that Kip's on a different plane. Like she kind of operates up here. But if you were to meet her, you'd never, it's not like an attitude thing where it's like, oh, you think you're smarter, than anybody else, or that you're better. It's not that. It's actually the opposite. She doesn't think that she's better. She feels she's not good enough.
Yeah.
So often, and she's doing really well. She's getting better at it. But to see someone like Kip that has founded this multi-million-dollar company 30 years ago is insane to think that person does not feel good about themselves.
Wow.
Wow. Because and that goes around to my point of that, everybody thinks that we're
all have a level of that,
yeah.
don't we?
Totally.
Real deep.
Self-doubt. No, man, I'm always doubting myself and trying to figure out what I do next, what's best. Do I write a book? Obviously I'm going to keep making music until I die. There's or until I can't.
Yeah.
But I think we're all just trying to figure it out, and I think that's the beauty. You have the narcissists out there that are like they think they're the cat's meow and that they know everything and can do anything, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
But I think that when people have confidence, or are performers or actors, people don't realize that all of us have self-doubt.
Yeah.
And that's the inner sovereignty. That's what Kip is teaching, is that you are enough.
Sure.
Because the am I enough is the beginning of it, and then
So did you call Kip, or did Kip call you? What was the beginning of Inner Sovereignty? What was the inception of that?
Yeah. So I wrote. I write custom songs for people and it's a high end way of someone being able to kind of bring me into your world. It might be a wedding celebration. It might be a birthday or something very special I've written.
Marriage proposal, whatever.
Sure. Yep.
Birth of a child.
Sure, and it can be anything. But basically, there's an interview process, and then I take what I've heard, and then I write a song in the kind of vein that they're interested in. I'm about to start working on one now from a buddy that I toured with many years ago who lives in Kansas. Jeff Blades. Actually, I shouldn't say anything more right now.
Okay.
To erase that, no. But anyway, I'm working on one now, and it's just I get the story and then I write the song, and then I go into a studio. Depending upon how much you want to spend, then I go into the studio, a studio where Fish does their stuff, the Tank in Burlington, Vermont, and I produce it. And then you come out with this beautiful nugget that is your story through my eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, point being, I wrote a couple of custom songs for Kip, and Inner Sovereignty was one of them. So she uses it in her podcast. She uses it for her business. I wrote another one that's called Be Real, which is more focused on the business. Be real. And that one I won't release. It's not. It's more of. I mean, you wouldn't. It could be released, but it's not. I don't really feel it that way. But Inner Sovereignty was a custom song for Kip that ended up being something that we both really loved and decided that it
should not only end up on an album but end up on stage.
Yeah, yeah. So that's in the sets now and is played live, and we know it. But that. Custom songs is a really, really fun way. I forget how Inner Sovereignty happened. So it was a beautiful happening. Custom song turned into a real magical piece because people really identify with that one. It really hits home, and it's really different from my writing. Like if you look at those lyrics, there's something going on there that if you have read a lot of my lyrics, I mean, lyrically I enjoy it, but it's a different thing. If you compare them, and that's because it's Kip. So
you're getting requested here from the owner of the Den in Williamstown, Jeff Cochran. Would
hey
love
Jeff,
to,
yeah, man,
love to
we're
have
gonna
you over
do a gig for Jeff. Raylene linked us together,
Great.
and I called. He was like, "Holy cow, that was quick." I called you. Good to see you, Jeff. I'm looking forward. Here's my question: is where the heck is the Den? I've driven through Williamstown twice, and I didn't see it.
It's back behind the pump and pantry.
Okay.
You got to bang a left, set back from the road.
Okay.
Nice venue, big.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna bring the quartet there maybe in the fall.
And they're one of our sponsors, so
rock out
we
Williamstown. Yeah, go to the Den. And I guess it used to be a country bar, and I guess it kind of still is. But we're gonna bring the rock that night, Jeffrey.
You're gonna love that vibe.
Yeah, Jeff's a really nice guy, man. I enjoyed meeting you, buddy, and appreciate you. That's another. He's really, engineer goal. Geared towards community and bringing people out, because man, there's nothing in Williamstown. I tell you that.
Yeah.
It's a small. I mean, you got to go to Waitsfield or you got to go to Montpelier and
small town.
So he's doing it. Yeah, man.
June 16th, this coming Sunday.
Trap Family Lodge Concert Meadow. It is my acoustic quintet, which is me, Primo on lead guitar and vocals, Rudy Doth on the bass and vocals, Chris Peterman on the sax, and fresh off the road with the Talking Heads, Yauba Garcia Torres on percussion.
Yauba is amazing.
He's amazing. Everybody in my band is amazing, musically, but also as a human. I cannot say enough. I love them dearly. They are not just my band members, they are my friends, and we're definitely soul brothers. And so that day is going to be special. The weather is ridiculous, and please come out.
Yeah, the weather's going to be perfect. Have you
perfect.
seen?
Yeah, it's 70 degrees,
70 something and
gorgeous.
sunny.
Yeah.
Bring a picnic.
Bring your picnic. There's no chairs. There's no anything. Or bring a picnic.
Yeah. Bring your chair.
Bring your chair. You can bring anything you want to drink. Alcoholic beverages are fine. Just we ask that you carry in, carry out. So whatever you bring in, there's not going to be garbage cans.
Right.
Trap Family Lodge might be setting up a beer tent with sausages and beer, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay.
They just approach me, but you still can carry in whatever you want.
But what a romantic opportunity for you to take your wife or whatever. But also, aside from that, is the environment and the picnic blanket and the picnic basket and all that, and the grapes and the cheese and everything. Bring your family. Bring your family.
The grapes and the cheese.
And all that.
Yeah, bring your family.
Bring your family. Let the kids run around.
Yeah, they can run around. They can dance. They can do it. It's such a safe spot,
It's
in that field. And kids, they'd love to run around and just have a gas. It's amazing. Like by about halfway through the show, everybody's up and dancing.
Yes.
And you don't have to dance, but it's kind of got this amphitheater feeling. So if people are dancing, they're not going to infringe upon your visual beauty.
It's literally magical.
If you have not been there, please come on Sunday.
Did you know that? And there's been when I've been to a couple of Chad Hollister shows, there have been some things that have happened that I've been involved with, which are a little different.
Can't wait to see where this is going, people.
The last time that I was at the Chad show at the Trap Family Lodge Meadow, I snuck behind the stage while you're performing, and I just peeped my head up just a tiny little bit to take a picture of the back of all of you guys with the crowd in front of you. Your freaking wife, man, she knows where I am all the time. She's like, oh, there's JD popping his head up. What does she do? Snaps a picture.
Oh, I don't have that photo.
You
I have
seen that?
We got to put that up on my site. Who's this peeping Tom? Who's this peeping?
She's got the picture.
Peeping JD.
This
Man,
my little head right behind you, but whatever.
Well, you know what's cool about this time is we're filming it.
You are.
We're filming and recording,
Good.
so we will
How
be
could you
releasing.
not? I mean, the weather's perfect.
I haven't in the past. I just haven't gotten on it, but I'm on it this year. We have a killer film team. Vic and Chris are coming in, and
Perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, and folks, we tried to give away a pair of tickets to you this Sunday, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And also I'm giving away some digital albums of mine. So if you email info@chadmusic.com and you're the first to email me, let's see, the first, second, and third person, I will send you each a separate digital album, courtesy of Aired Out and Chad Hollister Band.
Wow. All right, I'm going to drop that again.
Yeah, and then tickets to the show. We can give away a pair. JD already said my song that has Vermont Winter Evening Sky.
Yes, Vermont Winter Evening Sky. If you can tell us the name of that song, we'll get you some tickets right now.
Yeah, if you can tell us the name of that song. JD and I just gave you the answer.
Just take a deep breath, Chad, okay?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Right.
What is this, yoga?
No, but it's important to learn how to. You sometimes you just have to breathe. Just breathe.
Yeah, you should do that. I feel better now.
Yeah. Do you feel better?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's BBGB?
This is the Ben and Bucky's Guitar Boutique. They obviously modeled it after the CBGB's logo.
Okay.
And it is the coolest guitar store in Vermont.
Okay.
Ben and Adam. Adam actually, Bookwald founded Circle Guitars, Circle and Iris Guitars, and then they're great guitar makers and really good people, and that's where I get my guitars fixed. And I actually, dear friend Gordon Stone, that passed away a couple years back, I went in and I asked Ben, I said, "What's that?" He said, "No, it's Gordon Stone's banjo. I bought it." So I'm working on some banjo and being inspired by the legacy of Mr. Gordon Stone, who
You bought his banjo?
I did. It's a Stelling Bellflower, which they don't make anymore, and it is really, really heavy. And I'm tweaking away with some dude on YouTube, learning. But I'm hoping that my friend Matt Flinner and my friend Banjo Dan and my friends both there will all pitch in to help me learn one song.
Okay. Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different style. I mean,
it's another planet. Yeah, it's a 5-string. It's the real deal. Because there are banjos that are guitars that just are 6-string, and this is the standard 5-string with where the 5th string is the highest one, but it's up here. But yeah, man, it's so cool, and what a sound! What a thing!
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff got it. It's Breathe.
He did.
Yeah,
Jeff,
he got it. Best. He writes best song ever.
Aw.
So there you go.
Is that Jeff the Den Jeff?
That's Jeff Cochran. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
So
it.
Jeff, you want a pair of tickets to this Sunday, man?
Perfect.
If you're able. I think he's tied to the bar though, because I think I already offered them to him. So Jeff, if you want to give those to somebody, you can.
It's a 6 p.m. show Sunday. Gates open at 4:30. If there is some rain, which there's not going to be because we're looking at it, it's beautiful, sunny and 70 something. That would be the next day, the 17th, but it's not going to rain. It's going to be beautiful Sunday.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You lucked out with the nature gods.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
No, and just tickets. You put the link on there, but you can share that link as much as you want. And online tickets are available until this Saturday at noon, and then that stops. But then you can get them at the door.
Okay.
So, you'll be able to use your card or your PayPal or your Venmo or cold hard cash.
ChadMusic.com to get your tickets. Will you take us out with one?
Of course, man. What do you think? What do you?
I'm gonna let you decide.
Really?
If you want to go something you've done in the past, if you want to do a new song, if you want to, whatever you want to do.
So I'm gonna give you your choice, and I know this is gonna be a hard one for you.
Jeff says he's coming.
Oh, nice, Jeff. Sweet, dude.
Perfect.
Be great to meet you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So, Inner Sovereignty or Breathe?
God, they're both so. That's a tough one, man. They're both so good, and have such a similar message. I'm gonna go with Breathe.
All right. For JD Green and all you beautiful aired out people, this is Breathe. When the wall comes down and you lost your crown in the clouds that seem so dark, and you've lost who you are. Then the stone feels cold, right down to your soul. Just find your core in the dark, the early morn, and you crave your home, and you're not alone in the air. You're on a friend, just breathe and breathe once again. And then it all seems so black and white, just like that winter evening sky. Just breathe and breathe once again. Say once again, yeah. And again. When the rain pours down, you've almost drowned in the tears, and the water blends. It's hard to see where you are, and the skin's so cold, and you're feeling old, and there's a door. Open her and walk in, and you crave your home, and you're not alone in the airs. You're on that friend, just breathe and breathe once again. And then it all seems so black and white, just like that winter evening sky. Just breathe and breathe once again. Ooh, once again. Light, light, light. Once again, oh, light, light, light. Oh, once again, light, light, light. Oh, and again, 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 again. Ooh, 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 ooh. And you crave your home, and you're not alone in the airs. You're on a friend, just breathe and breathe once again. And then it all seems so black and white, just like that Vermont winter evening sky. Just breathe and breathe once again, yeah. Just breathe and breathe once again, Lord. Breathe and breathe once again, Lord, yeah. Once again, yeah. And again, yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Just breathe once again. There's breathe for y'all.